I'm sure that most of you have heard by now that there was another shooting in Minneapolis. And I just want to take a second to read, kind of give you a blow by. All right, I had a frozen screen there. I'm sorry. I have technical difficulties. Um, all right, Gloria Moraga, Political News, here to explain exactly what the New York Times is reporting happened this morning when the ICE Gestapo uh, point blank shot another person in Minneapolis. I've seen the video. I will be posting the video in another feed. I'll have that. But here is what the New York Times is saying happened. And the reason that I'm reading this is because I've watched the video a number of times and from different angles. And actually, they're saying that there is another angle that's going to be posted soon. That the person who shot that video has gone to a safe place, and they were concerned about ICE hurting them, so they've gone to a safe place. The video that I've watched, at least one of them, came from, I think, like a cafe or something there. There was music playing in the background, and then some dudes were recording it, and they were kind of talking, and it was like, oh my God, did they shoot the guy? Did they shoot the guy? So that's the video I watched a couple of times. It's clearly horrific, and it clearly shows that the victim was on the ground and incapacitated. So there's no there's no debate on that. Okay, you can you can say what you want, but facts are facts. Videos are videos, and it's all there. Please watch with an open mind. I want to say before I start reading, I am Gloria Moraga. This is Political News. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being on my channel and sharing your thoughts with me as we go through these difficult times. So let's just read. I'm quoting. I've got a couple of feeds up. I've got New York Times up. I've also got The Guardian, which I love reading and hearing what they have to say because it's produced out of New England, and I love reading news reports from other countries to see what they think about us and hear read the reporters' perspectives that come from other cultures and other places. So here's a quote from the New York Times, and this is what the video shows. Video shows moments in which agents killed a man in Minneapolis. Video on social media that has been verified by the New York Times shows the fatal shooting of a man by federal agents in Minneapolis on Saturday morning. This is what the video, among several others that were captured and captured the killings, show when played frame by frame. And I've got that video up too, and I've watched it frame by frame. So do your job, do your due diligence. Don't just complain and criticize. Actually watch the video. Okay, the quote continues. Several agents tussled with the man before bringing him to his knees. The man appears to resist as the agents grab his legs, push down on his back, and strike him repeatedly. And when I saw that, I thought, okay, he is incapacitated. He's on the ground and they're beating him and there is no threat. So the video does not show what led to the episode. So we don't know what happened beforehand, but we have heard in a press conference by the chief of police and by the mayor that the man was there and that he is a U.S. citizen and that he was there just watching ICE agents. So he was one of those people that kind of just follow along to see what they're doing. Back to the New York Times quote, the footage shows an agent approaching and grabbing at the man as others hold him down. The agent appears to pull a gun from among the group. Simultaneously, another agent unholsters his firearm. The agent aims at the man's back and appears to fire one shot at close range. Now, this is after they've beaten him. They have surrounded him. He's outnumbered. He's on the ground. He's incapacitated. Now, they say they were threatened and that he had a gun. Okay, we'll get to that in a second, but let me finish the description. The agent aims at the man's back and appears to fire one shot at close range. Then he appears to continue firing at the man, who collapses. And I'm not just whistling Dixie here, folks. I've watched the video a number of times, and I will post. A third agent unholsters his weapon. Both agents appear to fire additional shots at the man as he lies motionless on the ground. In total, at least 10 shots appear to have been fired within 5 seconds, which is not beyond the realm of possibility, because if you've got multiple people surrounding the dude and you've got multiple people with their weapons pulled, yes, easily you can fire 10 shots in 5 seconds. Yeah, it's not even a question there. Okay, the Department of Homeland Security said the episode began after a man approached Border Patrol agents with a handgun and they tried to disarm him. The Times could not confirm that based on the available videos so far. All right, I'm gonna hold off on making any brash comments since I'm live and I'm gonna leave this up live. All right, so we've had the mayor come out, we've had the chief of police come out. I'm reading here in the Times, there's 4 new updates that the Governor Walz, who's been criticized. Now, from what I'm hearing from criticism is there's criticism that Walz and the mayor haven't been out more protesting. So I don't know. I don't know. Would you think they have better things to do? I don't think they have better things to do. I've covered politicians all my life. And no, what they need to do is be out and what I used to call it after I was a reporter or political reporter, I became a PR. I worked PR at the university here in Northern California. And I used to tell our president of the university, you have to show a leadership moment. It's important to show that you are a leader and that you can be a leader. In social media posts, the city of Minneapolis has asked protesters to remain peaceful. Right now, crowds are marching through. I've got the television on this side of me as I'm reading here on this side of me. But crowds are marching in Minneapolis, and I was watching Don Lemon live, and actually everybody's live. Midas Touches live, and they're using those great dudes that are on the ground, and we all need to subscribe to them. So they've asked people to be calm. And I do have here from the New York Times, the man who was shot and killed by federal agents in Minneapolis Saturday morning is Alex Jeffrey Pretti, Pretti, 37, according to a senior law enforcement official familiar with the investigation. There was an NBA game. There was an NBA game scheduled for tonight between the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Golden State Warriors. That's being rescheduled for Sunday. They didn't say why. The governor's news conference just ended. So what I'm going to do is I wanted to come on here. I wanted to give a live update. I wanted to tell everybody thank you for watching my channel. Thank you for supporting my channel. And wanted to just do some breaking news and read the blow-by-blow description of what happened according to the New York Times, according to videos which I've watched, and according to people on the ground. Please be wary, my friends, of believing whatever ICE says, they're not reliable, they're not truthworthy, they're not trustworthy. Minnesota governor decries federal occupation after another deadly shooting less than 3 weeks after ICE officer killed Renee Good in the city. Where's that officer? Why aren't we demanding that officer, that there's an investigation, an independent investigation? And I want to say another reason that I decided to come on live is that, yes, there were 6, 7 Democrats. I posted the video, so it's up on my feed, who voted with Republicans to fund the budget. And that means that there will be more funding in the newest budget, which is still the old budget. It's another story. So they're giving more funding to ICE. And I have posted on other social media sites, no, that bill now goes to the Senate. And we need to do what we can to tell our senators, no, we demand an independent investigation into these killings, into the kidnapping of children and the kidnapping of American citizens. Let's just step away. Okay, step away from politics and say that we demand an investigation, an independent investigation into the kidnapping of American citizens, into the killing of American citizens by this rogue agency. And we don't fund them. Fund them later. We have plenty of time to fund them. So that's one thing I wanted to say as a political reporter, as somebody who posts every day and posts political news. And, it is overwhelming because there's news every day and there's some crazy ass shit that's going on. Crazy ass stuff that is going on. And it's like I go to different places, different websites, and watch C-SPAN, and, I'm pulling video from here and there. And it's like, what the hell do you post? What the hell do you post? There's so much. Every day there is like a major story. And I will say, I do think a lot of it is created, is manufactured so that we will forget what's happening in Minnesota to our American citizens, that we will forget how a group of rich, wealthy, nasty old men molested children, and forget the past. We need the Epstein files released now, and we need some people to be brought to account for hurting children and ruining lives. So the mayor of Minneapolis, who I just thought was great. What a great dude. I mean, I didn't know much about him, but he came out and get the F out and all that stuff. And apparently people on the ground don't like him a lot. I mean, this is reporting from somebody that I watch, Jolly. I don't know if you are familiar with him. He's been on the ground in Minneapolis. But he's saying that the mayor is not well liked by people in that area because he hasn't been on the front lines with them. So I'm looking at Midas Touch on my other channel. So yeah, Gloria Moraga with political news here to just honestly, I don't know about you guys, but these are tough times. This is tough. I was up late. I was editing a video on the little boy. And after I finished editing it, I'd done a short, and then I did a longer video because the PTA mom and the superintendent of public schools in that area, came out and did a press conference. They didn't want to do a press conference. They don't want to have their faces on TV. They just want to educate the kids. But they came out, and the way they talked, honestly, it was so disturbing. I couldn't sleep. So I was just up, and it wasn't even caffeine induced. I was just up. So yeah, wanted to come on, give you an update. I read the blow-by-blow description from people on the ground and what investigators at the New York Times have done They watched that video frame by frame. So I've done that. So take a look and watch that back. I will post that video. I will look for a couple of sound bites from the mayor. I don't know, not the mayor. The mayor just says, be calm. I'll go on and listen to Tim Walz. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. People on the ground are saying that local law enforcement are helping ICE. I don't know about that. I'm not there. But I do know I'm watching videos, and videos don't lie. And I do know that, Vietnam ended because of videos, because the news was there recording what was happening. A lot of things end because of videos. And I mean, they can be disgusting and wrong, and now with the AI, but watch the videos. Watch the videos, and you can see Americans are being killed, Americans are being hurt, and it's not even it's the tip of the freaking iceberg, because they're building more prisons, and Congress needs to act now. I've covered, watched people there in Minneapolis and in other cities saying, we're all alone out here. We're alone. I mean, that's unconscionable. That's unbelievable. Congress needs to step up. Congress needs to grow a pair and start helping people on the ground, and just stop passing this funding for all this crap. I don't want my money being spent to send little boys to that prison in Texas. I don't want little children being sent to a freaking prison in Texas when there are people right there in Minneapolis who said, we'll take him, give him to us, we'll keep him safe. No, they don't want to do that. So I'm just starting to do these lives. So if I'm not saying hi to everybody, I will apologize. I am going to edit some videos right now and post them. The killings have to stop. And we have the Congress to stop the funds flowing to these monsters at ICE. So there needs to be an investigation. I mean, I'm calm mostly. All right, I'll be back. I'm going to the movies in a little bit, because I have these tickets that I bought for Lord of the Rings, the 3 movies, and today is, the second movie, The Two Towers, so I'm going to do that. But I'll be back, and I'll be posting all day. And I'll be posting the talking heads, which was my job for 20 years as a political reporter. I covered hearings and interviewed politicians. And do I trust them? No, I trust them as far as I can throw them. And am I sad that some of the people that I thought were decent, good people are just letting us down? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Tom McClintock did some ridiculous thing, and I covered Tom McClintock. I liked Tom McClintock. I think when I was up for one of my jobs, I asked him if he would give me a reference. Man, times are not good. Gloria Moraga, Political News, thank you for being here. I appreciate you, all you 2 people. Give me the thumbs up. Please support me. Share my videos, and this will be up. So you can go back and listen and see the blow-by-blow description of what happened. Bottom line, man. Bottom line, when a guy is on the ground and he's surrounded, and he is overwhelmed by police. He's on the ground, face down, and they're aiming at his back. I don't know. I have covered a lot of stories, and I don't see how that is justified, to shoot a man in his back that's on the ground. The other little issue here before I sign off is the right to carry. There is a right to carry firearms in Minneapolis, and he had a right to carry permit. So for all the people who just constantly talk about the Second Amendment, the dude was in his Second Amendment rights. He did not pull out his weapon. Other videos and pictures have shown he was holding his cell phone. Okay, he was holding his cell phone. He didn't have the gun in his hand, but he did have a permit to carry a weapon. So he was abiding by the law. He is an American citizen and he was abiding by the law. So that's the bottom line. I'm getting a notice. Remember to welcome viewers. I've got one person out there. Hi. 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 Let's have lunch. I'm going to go to the movies. Come to the movie with me. I'll buy. Signing off, Gloria Moraga. I'll be back and I will be posting videos. I'm going to post that video right now. And I'm new at this, so I'm going to see how to sign off. I mean, I could just, boom.